Suppose that the market for pickup trucks is less elastic than supply. Illustrate and explain how a tax on production will affect price and equilibrium quantity. So I'm going to draw my market for pickups. Quantity and price. And we've got demand less elastic than supply. So we're going to have a relatively inelastic demand curve and a regular supply curve, but it's somewhat more elastic than the demand curve. This is going to give us an equilibrium quantity and an equilibrium price. Now, if we have a tax on production, we know that that's going to affect the supply curve. The tax is going to reduce supply, or we can think of that curve as shifting up by the amount of the tax. So the tax is this vertical distance between these two supply curves. We've got our new equilibrium here. So the quantity, after-tax quantity, has decreased. And we know that both buyers and sellers are hurt from the tax. And so the buyer's price is going to go on top. The sellers receive that amount of money, but then they have to give up the tax. And the tax is this vertical distance. So we can subtract this vertical distance, which means we go back to the original supply curve, and that gives us the seller's price. So we can see that we've got a reduction in quantity. The buyers pay a higher price than the original equilibrium, and the sellers receive a lower price. Now, in terms of who bears the larger burden, since we can see here the price that the buyers pay goes up a lot more than the price of the sellers pay goes down, we've got the buyers bear the larger burden. And that is simply because the demand is less elastic than the supply.